Namaste, beautiful friends. I am so excited to be back with you. I took a little vacay, and let me tell you why. I have been married to my soulmate for 30 years yesterday. Yesterday was our 30th anniversary, but we started 30 days ago. We were walking on the beach in Destin, Florida, and we came up with this idea, and it was called 30 for 30 countdown. So what we did is we took 30 days and we did like an Advent countdown. Every day we did something special. So we took turns. Sometimes it was my turn to do something special. Sometimes it was his turn. And on weekends, we kind of planned things together. But it involved flowers and food and dinners and day trips and romance and just absolutely a wonderful way to celebrate a 30-year partnership. And then our culminating event was we took a trip, kayaking and golfing, walks on the beach. We went down to Honeymoon Island, down by Tampa. We walked on the beach. We did shelling. We kayaked. We worked our way back up to where I am in northern panhandle of Florida. And we just enjoyed nice dinners, waking up and watching the sunrise. I even meditated. It was wonderful. So I feel so uplifted. And this is Tuesday, Twin Flame Tuesday. So I did want to talk a little bit before we get started on the reading. So if you're just interested in the reading, please skip ahead. But please reconsider for a moment, because this is valuable information. Number one, it has a download that I got a while ago, and I really just had to sit on it for a while. But now it's time for some of you to hear that. But I also wanted to send a message that, sometimes the twin flame community talks about, the twin flame is the end all be all of your romantic relationship. And it is not. I have been married for probably 45 years, or I'm sorry, 25 years when I met my twin flame. I actually met my twin flame a long, long time ago. But it was just, it just wasn't going to happen. And there was nothing romantic at that time. And so anyway, skip forward, it was probably 20 years had gone by when I ran into my twin again. And then it really changed everything. Hold on just a minute. I got to turn my light. There. There. Stay. It's not wanting to. Okay, so, that's when I started my journey. That's when I woke up. That's when I got activated. So now I want to talk about activations. The twin flame journey, when you meet your twin, it is an activation. It is an activation at such a deep soul level that you realize that you are a light worker. And you don't realize it right away, but through the process of going through that bubble love phase, and then the separation, and then the triggering, and the healing, and the, becoming a better version of yourself, that whole process awakens the light worker in you. So this was all predetermined, and it happened based upon your birth charts when you two as twin flames were to come together for the activation. Now, when I woke up, and that was 4 or 5 years ago, twin flames it wasn't common knowledge. It wasn't a term you heard a lot unless you watched tarot readings. Now it's becoming more mainstream. And that's because so many twins are waking up. But let me go to my notes, because this was a download in the middle of the night one night, and I was absolutely compelled to get up and take notes because Spirit wants you to hear this. You start at a lower frequency, and the triggers, the constant triggers, is to trigger the pain for you to heal. It cannot happen all at once. It cannot be a one-time, one-shot trigger heal, because your nervous system, your biological body, your emotional well-being could not handle that. You would short circuit. So it happens in these little, where you come together and there's a triggering, and then you separate and gives you time to heal. And then you're magnetized back together because you need another triggering, another activation, so that you get into that really deep healing, so that your light worker energy can come through altruistically for the highest and greatest good, with the best of intentions, with unconditional love for yourself, which is the hard part, and for others. So those little, I call them mini activations, those are the triggers. They're activating you. And they're getting into that deep light body presence, so that you can then get into this higher frequency. And if you look back over your journey, every time there was an activation and you did healing, you were at a higher frequency. And so the twin flame journey is a series of activations to activate your light body, your light energy, so that you can now share that. And goodness gracious, if you look at the world, is it any wonder why we woke up now? Okay, so this was pre-planned for Ascension based upon your birth chart. Feeling the pull is the need for activation. That's that magnetism. And then being, you are at a lower frequency when you are activated initially, and then subsequent activations happen along the journey to protect your biological nervous system and your emotional well-being. I wouldn't want to go through all of that pain all at once. And it's really not mentally healthy or for your greatest good to do that. Okay. And as you go through, you're ready for higher levels of activation. So you get triggered, and then, social media is it's almost like a trigger facilitator. You see something on their social media and it triggers you, and you're like, okay, why am I feeling this way? And then the healing happens because you become aware. You also develop a greater compassion for self. This really starts to help you change your paradigm to self-love, because it begins there. And then the only other thing that I got from that download is the Divine Masculine was in a closure cycle. And I think both Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine were in a closure cycle. And then they're coming into alignment. And then once you get into alignment, you don't have a need for your twin flame. You don't feel that, they have to be in my life in order to be happy. And I can honestly tell you that that is the absolute truth. I don't need my twin flame in my 3D presence, but that's me and that's my journey. And it's not my place to tell you what your journey is like. Some twins are definitely meant to be together in this lifetime. It's not what I feel is what I am, what I have been kind of spiritually mandated for. And I can honestly tell you, it's, I don't feel like I'm in, that desperate need to have that in my life in order to feel fulfilled, to feel at high vibration, to feel happy. Okay, enough of that. One other thing that I download that I got was, it's not your twin's responsibility to transform your life. The twin flame journey is a life transformation journey. It was not meant to be comfortable, because if it's comfortable, you don't change. It was meant to transform, which is a change requirement. So It is activating you and making you change. And in that respect, sometimes, especially when you're in that initial separation phase, you feel it's your twin's responsibility to help make you happy, to help this transformation, because you kind of assign them the responsibility for it. It's not their responsibility to facilitate your transformation. So that's part of the process, is for you to take ownership, for you to take ownership of your own growth. So that's what I have to say. And I am going to now start with the reading. I'm going to use, and all the decks are behind me so you can see them. If one of these particular decks resonates with you and you want a personal reading, please reach out. This is the Rumi Oracle. We always start with this for our twin flame readings. And we have two: the Cloak of Christ and the Dissolving Light. A number 4 card and a number 3 card. Now I shuffle and shuffle and shuffle and shuffle. So how these come out together, 4 and 3, could be a 43, could be a 7, could be, well, let's just see which one I assign. I feel like this 3 is the Divine Feminine, and that's the change and transformation. Look at that activation of that light body. Kind of confirms exactly what I was just saying. And then we have this Cloak of Christ. To me, this is more of a unconditional love kind of energy. All right, so in Rumi's words for the Dissolving Light: I died as a mineral and became a plant. I died as a plant and rose to an animal. I died as an animal and became human. Why should I fear anything? When was I ever less by dying? Okay. This oracle comes to you as a sign of that is which to come, and soon. The beloved divine presence is calling to you, igniting within you your deepest being, so that it may have its way with you. The divine wishes to live through you and into the world, reaching into the hearts of many and igniting those hearts into greater life. Oh, do you have chills? Because I do. It is a clever and insatiable lover. It will stop at nothing until the entire human race is restored to the wild divine freedom of static divine reunion, completely and utterly ignited in love. So that feels like that's divine feminine energy, not gender energy. So take that as it resonates, but that is absolutely everything I was just saying. The Cloak of Christ. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. Okay, let's see. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but to the shared by Rumi and many other holy men. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts of you that may fill you with fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supportive of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, as one of their own. You are so loved by them both, equally and without measure. Okay, so that feels like divine masculine energy for me, but flip-flop it as it resonates with you. Now, we have seen that card before recently because I just remember all of that, and it feels like the divine masculine is coming into that energy of kind of feeling like there's something lacking and they're looking for something to make them feel whole. And that's when they step into that divine energy and realize that they are a divine being as well. And was there something else I needed to say? I don't know, but let's see what comes out in the Lover's Oracle for you, my friends. Okay, I'm not going to take all those. I'm going to put them back and we're going to reshuffle and do it again. That way too many, and I know that you don't have that much time to sit and listen to all of that. So let's see what comes through. Okay. 1 or 2 cards, please, Spirit. That was a bit much. I think we've already said a lot in this reading. Okay. There's 1, surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Trust the divine that whatever is in your life right now is there for a reason, and whatever leaves your life is leaving for a reason. And it's all about your spiritual growth. It's all about you, loves. It's all about you. This journey is all about your growth, because once you get to a point where you are healed and I did want to say something. Yesterday, I know I've been out of town for a week, and so yesterday I was driving down the road, and all of a sudden I felt my twin's presence. So I looked around, and I'm like, nope, I must be wrong. But I knew I wasn't. And then sure enough, a big truck pulled away, and right behind that truck was my twin. So it was like, and it wasn't triggering. It wasn't like, that trigger sensation. It was like, yes, I really read that energy right. So you get to that point where you become such a higher version of yourself. You say it was all worth it. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. You get to make choices. You have free will. And lastly, don't make decisions based upon guilt or what you think you should do. This is Divine Masculine Energy, see, book. For it is only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. All right, I'm going to leave that there, and I am going to pull, for the Divine Masculine, I'm going to pull messages from your guides. When I was pre-shuffling, I saw the card, Love Your Energy. So let's pull Kindness Counts. I don't read oracles in the reverse. I never have. Kindness counts. So that could be, be kind to one another, be kind to self. Maybe they need to be kind to self, and express your feelings. This is about being true to himself or herself. Divine Masculine Energy. Be kind to self. Be kind to others, but express your feelings. Don't hold all of that stuff inside. All right, for the Divine Feminine, it's going to be the Divine Abundance. And what I saw in this is receiving. So Divine Feminines have learned to receive. Most Divine Feminines were codependent, were in codependent energy. And so they had a hard time accepting, not only from others, but from the divine. There could have been a self-worth issue, or they just were uncomfortable. Many of us in my generation were programmed that sacrificing self for everybody else's needs is the key to happiness. And guess what? It wasn't. You can be of service, but you are more capable of being in service when you are fulfilled and cared for, and that you take care of yourself first. Freedom! I no longer want this fiery ring of resentment to block the good. Releases me from the bonds. Release me from the bonds. This is letting go. Letting go of that what does not serve you. And here we have that surrender. Let go. Let go of trying to control something that is really at such a high spiritual level that your human understanding makes it difficult to get the big picture. So just let it go. Let the divine unfold things the way that it's meant to. Because when you're sitting on this side of it, you're going to say, man, it was heartbreak after heartbreak after heartbreak. But now I love myself. I love my life. And everything worked out the way it was meant to. Surrender. Got surrender twice. Reiteration from Spirit. Sometimes learning to surrender can feel as though you're dying. The ego learns what's hardest to stop trying to control the whole universe. Ta-da. All right, let's pull from the Good Tarot for the Divine Masculine. Find some detail about what's going on. I just saw the World card. I also saw the Hermit and the Ace of Pentacles in the pre-shuffle. That tells me that what's coming in is they're going to be coming out of this Hermit phase and they're going to start something new. It's almost like they've leveled up to a certain point where they can begin to acknowledge some things that have really kind of kept them quiet and still. There's the Empress. That'd be you, Divine Feminine. And look, that is the 3 card. Hello. Remember, whatever has happened in your journey happens to them differently, but they are activated too. They go through the similar activations and the twin flame journey. It's just expressed differently. Oh, there you go. I'm going to leave it there. Look at this. The 3 and the 4 card. The 3 and the 4 card. That's it. I mean, it's magical. I can honestly tell you the synchronicities right now are crazy. They said bottom of the deck. That's all I'm going to pull. King of Pentacles. Could be an earth sign. Could be somebody who is just now like, you know what? I'm going to deal with it. Somebody who's been working on their finances, been working on their stability, been working on themselves, and now they feel as though they're very present. All right, the Empress energy is, hold on just a minute, I'm sorry. Venus energy, the Emperor energy is Aries energy. Check those placements in your chart. 8 of Pentacles. King of Swords. This is Divine Feminine for the Totally Zen Out Journey Tarot. I love this deck. Okay, whoa, whoa. Where did you go? Sorry. Ooh, 5 of Wands in the reverse. Love to see the 5 of Wands in the reverse. That means there's no more inner conflict. There's a resolution to either the conflict between the twins or, and the 8 of Pentacles. And look at how balanced that is on both sides. 8 of Pentacles is kind of the investment, but look at how gently those hands are holding those pentacles and how balanced they are. That feels to me like one side is masculine, one side is feminine, and now they're coming into alignment. And then we have this King of Swords in the reverse. And that to me is, no more, first of all, it's kind of like the end of some harsh words. Does that make sense? Maybe the Divine Feminine. Usually the Divine Feminine to me is the Queen of Swords, where she's just, whatever doesn't serve me, which is good. And I actually had a conversation over this week with a very dear friend who is going through that process of, cutting out things that don't serve her. And, it's so heartbreaking when you start because you just feel so guilty. And that's what that letting go is. You know what? If it doesn't serve you, it's draining your energy, and that's not what you're here for. You need uplifting. You need to keep raising your vibration. You need to keep showing your light to the world. And you can't do that through the guilt. That guilt is a block. Got to let it go. It's okay. 4 of Cups. Select the cup you want. You know what? There's a lot of choices out there. Keep your eye on the prize, and that prize is you. That prize is how you love yourself, how you love your life, how you create your life and co-create with the universe. We hope to be in the position where you have your life totally transformed. Every aspect of your life feels good, uplifting, comfortable, joyful, fulfilling. That's what this journey is about. And when you show others how to do it, they learn from your example. Okay, that's the message that's coming through with that card. Sorry, it's not usually how I read the Four of Cups, but that was like, all right, Queen, Queen of Swords, baby. Just talking about it. Look at how relaxed she is. She's like, yeah, okay, this shall go, this shall go, this shall go. And I'm going to lay here and just absorb the good energy. Keeping something that is no longer serving you is actually disrupting your energy. You want a clear channel from the divine and a connection to source so that you can continue to bring your light to the world. And you do that through that high vibration because, what was it? Okay, so I just got my ham radio operator's license. And what I learned about radio waves is that there's a magnetic a frequency and there's an electric, kind of component to a wave, a frequency wave. And, when I think of Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, when he says that the brain and the heart is the magnetic, the brain is the electrical, that in itself is telling you that you let off a vibration, a wave, a frequency. And that frequency interacts with the quantum field, which is everything around us. And when you interact with that field, you're either going to be at a high vibration, so you're interacting really in this really positive way, or it's going to be at a lower vibration. And that lower vibration is slower, and it has a longer wavelength. So that when you're in high frequency, you have this shorter wavelength, and so you interact differently with the quantum field around you. And your vibration extends into that quantum field, and what do they call, the butterfly effect kind of thing. It is unlimited. So when you're in high vibe and you're feeling good about your life and you feel like you've transformed and you're able to be of service and you are in love with your life and in love with the people around you, and you feel uplifted and joyful every day, you're sending out a frequency in the universe, and that connects with other higher frequencies, and then that it kind of compounds, exponentially. That's how we change the world. Okay, so this card is the Magician. Love it. This is actually co-creating with the universe. This is manifesting those major things in your life. And, take an assessment. And this is what I tell my clients as a professional organizer and a professional life coach. Go through every facet of your life, and when you hit that snag, that little, that doesn't feel comfortable to me, examine it. What can I do to change that? How can I transform that? It may be you have to Queen of Swords it, but it may be you can shift a perspective, maybe give it some love, some positive energy, and see it from a different perspective as an opportunity, and then transform that into something positive. So it's no longer a snag. It's not a thorn. It's a springboard. It's a catalyst energy that kind of rolls your energy on through. And so when you examine every little aspect of your life and then you've got it all together, and then you say, wow, there's nothing here I'd change. There's nothing here. Sure, is it all, unicorns and rainbows? No, and nor should it be. But if you are generally feeling positive about your life, you feel uplifted, you love yourself and your own body, you are able to interact with other people without feeling those twinges of shame, guilt, inferiority. When you get to that point where you feel like, you know what, if I just coasted from here on out, I'm good. Those are the transformations that matter. And that's all within your power because you are the magician. And you got the whole universe behind you. There's no excuses. You got the whole universe behind you. And going back to the point, it's not up to your twin to facilitate your transformation. It is you, baby. It is you. And I hope, I don't want to lecture, but I just feel like somebody needed to hear. It's almost like there was a decision of, am I going to succumb to that this is all there is and this is never going to change? Or am I going to decide that I'm going to let the divine empower me and I'm going to use my guidance and my guides and I'm going to say, you know what? I can transform my life at any level, any time with the magician energy. That divine essence within you is supported by the entire universe. All the energy in the universe can help facilitate your transformation. And when you do that, you're at a higher frequency. And when you're at a higher frequency, you attract things of a higher frequency. And then that just creates that little wave that you just ride. So, bottom of the deck here, 9 of Swords. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. That's exactly what they just said to me. Don't sweat the small stuff. Because that creates the thorn. And when I said that, it just wiggled. All right. That is the reading for you, friends. Thank you for being here. Please remember to subscribe, like this video. Help me out with the algorithm of YouTube, which is not really kind to small channels like mine. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I enjoyed our visit, and I will see you next time. Namaste.